happening? Damn it. Coming, darling.
Honey, I'm home. Ross, are you there?
No.
What are you doing?
I'm on the bed with this girl.
Sounds like fun.
Damn it.
What's the matter?
She just threw up.
Do you want me to do it?
Nah, you threw up in there.
I meant feed her.
Nah, we're doing just fine. How's Montreal?
Just fabulous. You, keep the house real nice, Ross.
Oh, you know you're never home.
So come here and kiss me to death.
Come in here and I'll powder your fanny.
I'm too tired. Bring the powder in here and you've got a deal. Ross?
Yes?
It's Alexandra, your wife. I'm home and panting for your embrace.
Is that right?
That's right. Now, rush in here and overpower me.
I think I'm crazy. That's what got me into this mess in the first place. Ross. Okay, I'll be right with you. Don't use the downstairs toilet.
Don't use the downstairs toilet?
I had it backed up this afternoon. I'll have to get it with my little plunger.
Ross, what about me?
Want me to get at you with my little plunger?
That's rather a crude way of putting it. Come on, Ross, I want to talk to you.
Okay, keep your motor running, believe me. Don't waste any time.
Well, hurry it up. I'll get it. Mrs. Cameron? Oh, hi, Mom. Oh, tremendous. Yeah, I just got back. It couldn't have gone better. I sold the whole deal. Yeah, they even went for the idea of lowering the ceiling. Remember I was telling you? Well, maybe they just wanted to shut me up. Anyways, I sold the whole thing. Colors, fabrics, reconstruction, everything. No, I don't have to go back again, but I did get a bite from one of the other directors, a man by the name of Barricade. No, he didn't physically bite me. He was just interested in my style. Well, yeah, I guess the style is pretty interesting, too. No, I'm not going to tell you about it. Nothing may come of it. He's just going to show my sketches to the board and give me a call. Well, don't get excited until there's something in writing, but I may even get to design a whole airline. No, sweetheart, not the planes. Just the uniforms, reception centers, that sort of thing.
Who is it?
Mother.
Hi, Betty.
He's gone already. Oh, fabulous. He even won a prize at the, cake and bake sale. Well, why don't you come over? I didn't mean tonight. Well, I'll ask Ross. Ross!
Your voice down. The babies are trying to sleep.
I'm sorry. Mother wants to come over tonight.
Oh, you gorgeous. Get some clothes on and come on over. Bring George, too. 1 sec.
I don't want them over tonight. It's my first night home in 3 whole weeks. I want to talk to you.
Alex says forget it. Yeah, I think she's after my body. Well, I have this heavy, blunt instrument. What type of talk is that for a woman your age? Okay, see you later then. Bye. She said she'll take us as she finds
I
us.
suppose she finds us on the floor.
It'll be the first time I live.
Hate you, Ross Cameron.
So come in case I do that.
Oh, wow. I should go away more often.
Is that possible? Alex, are you really home to pick up the threads of the tattered relationship?
Yes.
And I can get back to being a writer, and you can help take care of the baby, so help you, Spock.
Really helpless and feminine and ravishing and ravished
Of course.
and ravished, and it will be wonderful.
You always say that, but it's never the way it turns out.
I know.
As soon as you start getting fat and happy, some tycoon rings up and says, "We need a new color scheme for the Grand Canyon."
Money's good, Ross.
Money, my darling, is beautiful, but let's face it, if the good Lord intended me to feed a baby, he would have given me a set of those. Did the orgy get canceled?
Come and sit with me. I think we should have a talk. Ross, I want to be serious.
I'm not kidding.
Does our method of operation disturb you?
No, what disturbs me is you don't get around to it that often.
Didn't mean that.
What turned you off?
The downstairs toilet. That has got to be the most unromantic welcome home line I have ever heard.
I waved my little plunger at you.
Oh, shut up.
Listen, princess, I've had one hell of a day. The washer flooded, the toilet backed up, and I spent most of my day processing pablum. It's the shortest cut in the world, and it's fine that you're home from Montreal with a rush of blood to your knees, but I need time to adjust.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Is there really something missing in your marriage?
Remember those wonderful nights we used to have together?
Oh, yeah.
That was before we were married.
Stop
True marriage can turn you into a wife. You suddenly became a bright new star in decorating design. As long as you almost have a baby. You know what your problem is?
Not a success.
Right, I'm a good cook. We make a lovely couple.
Does it bother you?
Well, sure it does. We've been looking forward to visits from that Avon lady.
Why?
She gives me dirt on the neighbors.
Mrs. Carmichael?
Yeah, I'm getting a bit worried about Mrs. Carmichael. Young husband alone in the house all day. She was a more exciting in my life than dusting and polishing. She's even started getting a glint in her eye.
Oh, gosh.
She's a traveling sales lady, you know what they're like.
But she only drops by once a month.
Not now, she doesn't. Now I'm the young mother and she comes by all the time. We yak it up about colic and diaper rash. And she sits there reeking of rapture and formaldehyde.
You're crazy.
Alex, don't laugh. She almost aftershave the last time she was here.
So?
Next time, it'll be eyeshadow.
And you can give it to me.
Get your own.
Raw!
Alex, I can't spend all day in this little pinhole without something going out of whack.
You know what you need, don't you?
Yeah, some warm puppy. About your age, about
4?
4. Size 4?
Well, I'm here. What are you going to do about it?
I think I've forgotten.
Well, let me remind you.
I'll send the first one by mail order. Hiya, glamorous.
Oh, fresh. How come it took you so long to answer the door? You were on the floor again, weren't you? Only married 5 years and sex is Rita's ugly head already.
God, you're pretty fast. Had a tune in the broomstick?
Haha, very funny. I think I'll change you back. I liked you better when you were a frog.
Are you two being nice?
Why, is today special?
How are you, George?
I'm fine. How are you?
Ask me again in the morning.
Can I take a peek at the baby?
Yeah, sure. I haven't seen her myself yet.
You haven't? What kind of mother are you?
Exhausted.
Betty, I swear, if you wake that baby, I will never speak to you again.
Is that a promise?
Take your shoes off, George, and make yourself at home. How about a drink?
Do you have any brandy?
Yeah, I always got brandy unless I use it for cooking.
Is that right?
Yeah, I always seem to cook better after a couple of brandies.
Sorry about bursting in on you guys.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, but especially tonight. It seems to me you haven't seen all that much of Alex recently.
Nope. Baby arrived right in the middle of the Patterson deal. Alex went back to tidy things up, and then she's straight off to Montreal. I think it's a throwback to the native woman, George. You know, pounding a mill with a damn great big rock. Time out for a quick baby, and back to pounding the mill. Babies is babies, but business is business. What did the husbands do, George? I can't complain, suppose. She's doing very well.
Oh dear.
What?
You're a kept man, Ross.
A cat.
Sure, it takes one to know one.
Are you a cat man?
Well, you don't think I can keep up with Betty on my army pension, do you? And she's always getting these crazy schemes for going here and flying there. I tell her I can't afford it, but next thing I know, she's got my bags packed and is waving the ticket to my face.
Well, why don't you two get married?
Not exactly spring chickens, Ross.
At least you two asked her for a dowry. The old man left her 3 forks and sick one as a wedding present.
Next time she has me on my knees, I'll ask her.
I still don't see how the native husband getting good stuff with the kids.
Well, he wouldn't be there. He'd be out hunting pot roast with bows and arrows or something.
Very masculine. The challenge, the chase, the kill. Return and triumph, fair mate. They must have been better prepared.
What was?
Well, George was telling me you're supposed to stay home with the rock and the milk. I'm supposed to be in the great outdoors filling the family larder.
George can't even make it to the great outdoors to empty the family garbage.
That's not the same. There's no challenge in garbage.
There is in mine.
But there aren't any lions out there.
You want a lion? I'll get you a lion.
I don't mean a pink plastic. I don't mean a range-changing, fully dentured lion.
Between here and the garbage.
Right.
Did you know lions have bad breath?
George, you're supposed to be on my side.
So why is this lion hanging around the garbage?
He's looking for his dentures.
Look, there's no lion hanging around the garbage. It's an allegory.
An allegory? Holy cow, have you seen the dentures of one of those things? Wait, George, do allegories have bad breath?
Depends on the garbage.
George! That was funny.
Soon you've done. Now the baby's awake.
Oh, fuss, fuss, fuss. These two mothers are all the same. What else is there for a baby to do at 4 weeks? She's having a ball. Get it? Having a ball?
I get it.
Anyway, tell us about the man who bit you in Montreal.
Nobody bit me in Montreal, Mom.
Oh, well, maybe next time then?
Do you want me to tell you?
Sure.
Well, when I was presenting the layout to the Patterson group, there's this real dish at the party checking out the patterns and calculations and such. He didn't say anything at the time, but when I handed off to Arnie Johnson and headed back to the hotel, he met up with me in the lobby.
And he bit you.
Will you shut up? He said he was opening an airline in the north. Snow Goose Airways, how about that?
Snow goose is good goose.
Look, George, I know you wanted to go out molesting small children this evening, but now that we're here, can you please behave?
All right.
It's a passenger and air freight service catering to governments, hunters, people like that.
You can base an airline on that.
Well, there's gonna be some conference centers, hunting lodges, and something about experimental transportation with hovercraft.
Sounds expensive.
Better believe it.
Did you check his references?
I called Paul.
What did he say?
No problem. Very solid in the investment circle and funds in high places.
What was that name again?
Bearcat. Claude Bearcat.
The Claude Bearcat of offshore mineral rights?
Could be the same Bearcat. Apparently, he's quite the operator.
Okay, well, I'll call Frank tomorrow. Anyway, what was your pitch?
Blues, lights, wood, stone, pony fur.
Our girl.
She's gonna show my sketches to the board and give me a call.
All right. Wait, who would you use for fur?
Lewis?
George, please! Anyway, no. You know what? Let Lewis do his markup for a while. I found a man in Winnipeg, and if he can deliver what he says he can deliver, he'll definitely be worth a shot.
All right, I'll let you know.
When was this board meeting?
It was this morning. He could call anytime. You've got to be kidding.
It's not for you.
Why not?
He can ring at any time. Ting-ling-ling, what do you think this is, a soap opera?
That's my home from Montreal.
Okay then. Allô, ici un qui parle français, sous-chef de plumage de Matos et Blanchette. Attendez s'il vous plaît. We seem to be having a bad connection. Please speak up. Yes, this is Mr. Cameron. Miss who? Oh, hi, Miss Bricker. Well, yes, she just got back. Well, okay, does it have to be tonight? Okay, bye.
Well, who was it?
Wasn't Montreal.
I gathered that much. Who was it?
Lady wants to come and look at the body.
What body?
Hers.
Me?
One of them's had a baby, right? So, Miss Bricker, your friendly neighborhood health unit nurse is coming to check you over.
You mean you haven't had a checkup since Lucy was born?
I haven't had time, have I?
You better have one, sweetie, just to make sure everything's in good condition.
Yes, I know, but Miss Bricker from the health unit, it sounds like someone with a whistle and a medicine ball.
Well, maybe she could look at my dish bandage.
Shut up.
When did we eat? What just happened?
When?
Well, I'm sitting here behaving myself, and that's when we eat and everything stops.
George, where are you going?
Saw Burger King about 15 miles
No,
back.
George, wait. Shall I get some supper, honey?
I'm a quaint old-fashioned idea.
Well, I don't know what there is.
It's all in the freezer. Instructions are on the back.
Wait, you mean to tell me that you'd send your wife out to make supper after she's been sweating over a hot airline president all day?
Damn right.
Come on, Mom, let's feed these birds.
Fine, but if I cut myself out there, I'm bleeding all over your sandwiches.
That means she can make suicide or making sandwiches. You know what I hate most about the deal, George?
What's that, Ross?
Meals. Planning's too much trouble, cooking kills my appetite, so dead, and the food's damn expensive in the first place. You know my idea of a good night out would be now, George?
What's that, Ross?
I want to go to a restaurant, and I don't want to watch it while they cook. I want to watch it while they wash it up afterwards.
At the table?
Yeah, just sit with my cigar and liqueur while some poor devil does the dishes. Do you eat well, George? On your own?
I've been living off my fingernails for years, and I'm still putting on weight.
Do you hear those two really do sorting out the Northwest Territories?
Yeah, sounds like a lot of money for two girls to be playing with.
As long as they're happy. Me, sold one book in the past 2 years.
Write another book?
It's not that simple. I've written 2 more since then. That's about 150,000 words a month that have fallen on deaf ears.
You're just feeling inadequate.
I'm just feeling inadequate.
Yeah, that's all. Look at me, I could stand on the corner of Portage and Main with my fly open and no one would give a damn.
I'm not ready for that.
Okay, are you going to answer that, or do we have to argue about it first?
It's for Alex.
I think I have a familiar ring to it.
Why is no one answering the phone?
It's for you.
Got a Ouija board here someplace.
This is Cameron. Oh, hello, Mr. Bearcat. Vancouver, I thought... Oh, the board meeting was in Vancouver? They did? They did? They did?
So they did.
Well, that's wonderful. 10%, yeah, that's fine with me. Oh, 2 weeks, that's... Well, I'll try. Where will that board meeting be? Yellowknife. Sounds like fun. Wait, I'm sorry, how much? I think I can agree to that provisionally. Alright, see you in 2 weeks. Bye now. 10% of $240,000 is $24,000, isn't it?
It was before they brought in the new math. I think we're good.
Alex, does this mean you're off again?
Not for 2 weeks. I'm sorry, Ross.
Sorry, hell, you're all fired up and ready to go.
But Ross, $24,000?
Just leave it on the dressing table when you leave.
Ross.
Okay, if I don't get something to eat around here, I'm going to the Burger King with George.
Sure. Coming right up.
Take it easy, eh, Ross?
Yeah, okay.
George, why don't you go help Alex bring him a coffee? Yes, you. Go. Faster. Now, I've got something to say to you, young mother. I'm just not quite sure what it is yet.
That's fine, yeah, you just keep being mean to me, okay?
What's this?
I bid him.
Hold the George, I'll clear the table.
Well, how about that? A real picnic.
We're out of ants.
Think it?
Can I be mother?
I think we'll manage. Now, for heaven's sakes, George, just help yourself. You can eat here with us or take it back to your basket. Either way, just grab something.
That's good. What is that, celery?
Crunchy peanut butter, actually.
That's it. Sandwich has to have good crunch to it. You make good sandwich, Alex.
Means it's a good sandwich when it comes to the crunch.
No, everyone help yourself to cream and sugar. By the time I figure out who takes cream and who takes sugar and who takes nothing, or who takes both, the Burger King would have been faster. There, is that it? Can you relax now?
That's what I like about this place. It's so quiet after the city. If you want to relax, just listen to the silence.
Listen to the silence.
You remember silence?
Smarty.
Try it. Just lean back, close your eyes, and listen. No traffic, no people, just peace and quiet.
Damned line. Must be here for the garbage.
I'll get it. Hi, come on in.
Mr. Cameron, isn't it?
Yes.
We met her in Safeway, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, you wanted me to be a blood donor.
Yeah.
Everyone, this is Miss Picker from the Health Unit. I'll introduce you everyone. This is Miss Betty Cooper, my mother-in-law, Mr. George Withers, and Alex Cameron, my first wife.
Alex? Oh, that's a great name.
Yes, I thought so.
Please sit down, won't you? I'm sorry to disturb you at this time of the evening, but I was at Safeway anyways, and you do seem a tad difficult to pin down, Mrs. Cameron.
See, even the neighbors are beginning to notice.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sure it's not your fault. But this did seem to be an opportune time. Well, let's not waste it. Let's go to the bedroom and tie our clothes up, shall we?
Hey, now the party's warming up.
Not you.
You had stitches, didn't you?
Too.
Well, we better just see how you mended. How about the pill and device and that sort of thing? Will you excuse us if we leave you for a few moments?
Personally, I'd prefer it.
Wait, shout about the pill and device? Maybe they're having their fall clearance.
I thought the device was for tapping telephone calls.
Apropos of nothing at all, of course, Ross, did I ever tell you about my honeymoon?
It never occurred for me to ask.
Oh, it was a riot. You should have been there. You never met the old serious business, did you?
You mean Daddy?
Yeah, that's it. I can never remember his first name. Anyway, bless him, a wonderful man, but a bit short in the romance, you know. Anyway, we had just left the reception hall to catch the noon flight to Hawaii. I was sitting in the departure lounge with him when, Mr. Ben Cooper, please come to the information desk. It was Jack Anderson, the plant manager. The plant is on fire and the whole of Cooper Enterprises is going up in flames. I take the noon flight to Hawaii. Mr. Cooper will follow the following morning. I arrive in Hawaii, still carrying my corsage, confetti in my hair, alone. I check into the love nest, book into the bridal suite, and shove a chair under the door. I've been purple ever since I signed the register, and frankly, I just don't want to see anybody. They shove a couple of meals under the door. I cry. Somebody says, "Do you want a priest?" I say, "No thanks, just have one." Following course, a cable arrives from my hero, and do you know what it says? "Can't make it till Wednesday. Start without me." So I did.
I'll be on my way now, Mr. Cameron. Sorry for the interruption.
Oh, won't you have a cup of coffee before you leave?
Oh, I wouldn't want to impose on you.
Oh, no, that's fine. It's all made. All you need is a cup. Get down.
Seems I'm in good winter condition.
Oh yes, everything's fine. A full return to all your wifely duties will be in order.
You turn a nice phrase, Miss Bricker.
Sorry?
What about me, Miss Bricker? How do you think it's having a baby affect on me, do you think?
Well, it has confirmed your virility, hasn't it?
Can virility give you dishpan hands?
I'm sorry?
He's just being smart. I'm away on travel a lot, and my husband looks after the baby.
I work as well, between feeds.
Is that right? What do you do, Mr. Cameron?
I am in Reddit.
Are you? How wonderful, so am I.
Oh, yes?
Would you like more coffee, Miss Bricker?
No, thank you. So if I want to talk babies, I suppose I should see you, Mr. Cameron?
From the clinical point of view, of course.
Of course. Well, isn't that wonderful? Is the arrangement working well?
It works quite well.
Well, I guess we shall be seeing a lot of each other in the next few weeks then, Mr. Cameron. We can talk about babies. And writing.
I am, of course, the mother.
Technically, I suppose so, but pragmatically, you are the breadwinner and your husband is the mother.
Let's just get one thing straight. The device is for her.
Would you like a sandwich? What? I said I'm going to give Lucy her lunch and put her down for her sleep. I hope there won't be so much noise then.
Everything stops when the baby sleeps. What?
Ross, what is with all this noise? I can't hear myself think up there. Can you turn the radio on?
Not yet. I'm in a good voice today.
Ross, I have all that work to finish in the next 20 minutes. Could I have a little peek?
I've got 2 weeks of peace. This place is getting filthy.
Hey, but you have to sing.
I have to do something. I already said that.
I just wanted you to know, that's all.
How about some coffee? Do you have time? My plane doesn't leave until 2:30.
It's 12:30 now.
What?
Well, it's time for a look at our local weather picture. I hope you girls aren't paying a trip to the stores this afternoon.
No, we weren't.
But we have just had a blizzard warning from the weather office, and we could be in for a real snowstorm around 4:30 this afternoon. We'll have the AMA road report and the temperatures around the province for you right after these messages. Come on down. We got the pill and advice on.
I'm not shouting over the damn thing anymore.
Where?
Where'd you keep your plastic pants?
They're on the wash.
Well, she can't wear those again.
Try the bathroom rail.
Oh, fine.
Alex! Alex!
Sorry about that.
Okay. George, I've just finished vacuuming. Can you please leave your shoes in the hall?
Sorry about that.
Alex!
What now?
There's a blizzard warning on the radio.
The radio isn't on, Ross.
It was on.
Well, I know it was on.
And when it was on, the man said there was a blizzard at 4:30 this afternoon.
Smells like snow outside.
All I need.
There were no plastic pants in the bathroom.
Try the fish card of the wash or try the bottom of the linen cover.
Okay. Haven't you changed?
Nope, still the same lovable guy.
I meant your clothes.
Why?
We're going to Saskatoon this afternoon, remember?
I thought you said you weren't going until Thursday.
George, today is Thursday. You'd better change. I'll have to put Lucy down for lunch, but we can leave as soon as I've done that.
Well, Ross said
George,
that
don't get in the way of these two. They'll trap you.
if anyone wants me, I'll be under the bed.
Hi, I'd like to check flight to Yellowknife. o'clock. Okay, how about those blizzards? All right, perfect, thanks.
Okay, I've finished in here anyways. Alex, I hesitate to think what type of mess your study's in. All you guys rushing about Montreal, Saskatoon, yelling it. What about me? I haven't been out of the house in weeks.
Ross, I don't have time for this now.
You don't have time for me? Maybe a few minutes, maybe? All you said so far is good morning and didn't wake you when I get into bed,
Well,
did
I didn't, did I?
No, you didn't.
Well, don't think I didn't try, sweetheart, but you know what you're like once you're asleep.
I had a hard day too, you know.
No, so do I.
Damn it, I go to bed hair comb, soggy with aftershave.
And you fall asleep.
You could have woken me if you really wanted to.
Well, I guess so.
And you didn't. And I know why.
Why?
There's another man.
What?
That's it, there's another man.
Who?
That airline president, what's his name?
Claude?
Oh, Claude now, is it? Up until this moment, you never called him Mr. Farrakhan.
You know damn well his name is Claude.
His name is just black silk pajamas.
Ross!
Alex, what a setup. His apartment, your etchings.
Claude Burkett is a very fine old gentleman, and our relationship is strictly business.
I'll bet. Did he take you to dinner in
I
Montreal?
have to eat, don't I?
Bottle of wine, maybe?
So?
You know you get on wine. And a little candlelight dance in his large, fleshy dress ring.
He does not have a large, flashy dress ring.
His small, flashy dress ring.
It's sort of medium.
But he has one, right?
Right!
You hush, the baby's in there trying to sleep.
What do you mean, hush? We're having a fight.
Look, Ross, I love you, but I don't have time for this. I'll get my own coffee.
I make the coffee.
But you don't have to.
But I will.
Boy, it felt like a real good fight. Did I miss much?
Not much. Oh, what a mess. I thought that when Ross's book was published, we'd be able to move into the old cottage. Roses round the door, children round the knees. It hasn't worked out that way.
If I was that kind of woman, I'd tell you I told you so. Fortunately, I'm not that kind of woman.
Arnie Johnson came looking for me, and I didn't go to him. I was getting out of the business. And now he thinks there's another man.
Who?
Claude Burkett. I told him he was a fine old gentleman and our relationship was strictly business.
I thought you said he was a dish.
He is a dish.
Well, which is it?
He's a dish, and if my own husband can't stay awake when I am home, then I got.
Hush now, child! What are you saying in front of your old mother? Why don't I go to Yellowknife instead? Cha-cha-cha.
I wish you could.
I'm ready.
You're going like that?
What's wrong with how I'm dressed?
Oh, nothing. You know I'm not one to criticize George. Anything new in the paper stories?
A piece about Snow Goose Airways.
Funny.
Wait, hold everything. Is that Claude Barraquette?
That's him.
I can certainly miss a fine old gentleman like back to health with that, I'll tell you.
He's not an old gentleman.
As far as Ross is concerned, he's a very fine old gentleman whose relationship with Alex is strictly business.
Who's that?
Claude Burkett.
Oh, him. I hope he gets a break out of his wheelchair. Anything in the paper?
It's kind of a surprise.
For me?
The way I hear it, yeah.
Alex! It's getting late. You should really be going.
Yeah, I'm already gone. Bye. Bye, Lucy. Bye, Ross. I love you, and I'll give you a call later.
I made coffee.
With his
Thanks,
own blood.
sweetheart. I don't have time. I'll leave the car at Max, and I'll give you a call later. Maybe late. Keep your fingers crossed for me, you guys.
Well, speaking of which, we should probably be getting along too.
Won't you have a one for the road before you leave?
Brandy?
No, coffee. I made the damn stuff.
But what about the blizzards?
What blizzards?
Ross said there are blizzards coming in from Saskatoon.
Heard it on the radio.
Does that mean we're not going?
No.
Oh,
Something keeps telling me you just don't want to go.
I keep telling you I don't want to go.
And why not?
I like it here. It's peaceful.
Peaceful. My daughter screaming at the stairs for 2 weeks, and my son-in-law singing single ladies with a vacuum cleaner.
I was
I
in
have a
the
beautiful
garden.
voice.
Well, there is a blizzard coming, and you can't go into the garden, so you might as well go to Saskatoon.
I don't see why the only alternative to not going into the garden is going to Saskatoon. It's gonna be one hell of a trip, Ross. I can tell that already.
George, what do you want to do?
How many more bottles of this have you got?
I think just 2.
Let's stay here and get snowed in.
George, do you think you can handle the baby?
Nope. Why?
Well, I'll go to Saskatoon. I'll go anywhere to get out of the house for a couple of weeks.
Oh, you're crazy.
I'm being driven to it, George. You don't know what it's like. You go all over the place, and I'm stuck in here.
I'd rather go to Saskatoon and get nagged by Betty than stay here and get nagged by you.
I'm not nagging. A man doesn't nag.
In an apron like that, he nags.
All right, I'll go to Saskatoon.
That's some kind of threat?
You don't want to be a part of what's going to happen in this place after you left anyways.
Why? What's gonna happen?
I should have slipped to my wild stratagem. So set the soft music on hi-fi and soak myself in Mrs. Carmichael's aftershave.
Why?
What do you mean, why? I'm going to have an orgy, that's why.
Have a what?
An orgy. Real back in the alien. You scratch my back and I scratch yours. Orgy.
Sounds better than going to Saskatoon.
Then being driven to it, George, you don't know what a Dutch bucking can do to a man.
All right, let's go. The suitcases are over there, George.
I don't think we'd better.
Why not?
Ross is in a delicate state.
Can I get you anything?
You can get 60 miles down the road to Saskatoon.
My, there's real pain in his little voice. What's the matter with him?
He's gonna have an orgy.
A what?
An orgy, soft, light, sweet music, presence of warm bodies, and to hell with tomorrow.
Are you sure that's what you want?
Yes?
Well, what kind of orgy is it gonna be?
Well, what do you mean?
Well, it could be a formal dress orgy.
Well, what do you wear to that?
Like gloves and Crisco oil.
Please, you're gonna ruin it.
Oh, come on, Ross. You weren't serious, were you?
Yes, I was.
By yourself.
He's gonna call up a couple Plum Village maidens.
At room temperature.
Oh, my.
And I was going to be a domineering male animal for the rest of the night. Hunt, stalk, attack, and triumph. Just because I fumble with the broads doesn't mean I don't know what I'm doing, you know? Well, now that I've said it, of course, it sounds ridiculous. I think I'll just bake a cake instead.
Yeah, you should do that, Ross. Give it to the lion. I don't want to take his breath away.
Keep in touch with you.
Yes, of course, George, we're going. We won't be back until about Saturday or so. Keep in touch, right?
Yep. We'll see you later.
Okay.
Here's the lady with the strange device. Miss Bricker?
Actually, maybe we'd better stay. She always opens with, let's go into the bedroom and take our clothes off, shall we?
For openers, that's not bad.
Hello again, everybody.
Hello, Miss Bricker. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm sorry?
How's the sale going?
Sale.
Well, Mr. Cameron's ready for his physical now, so we'll be on our way. Wagon tow, George.
I'm not here to examine you, Mr. Cameron.
I'll try to hide my disappointment.
We've a spiritual understanding, don't we?
We do.
You're a writer, I'm a writer. And we know that writers expose themselves.
What do you have in mind?
Well, I'm a very practical person, Mr. Cameron. I see life at its very best and its very worst, and I have to cope with it. But secretly, I'm a romantic. I'm attracted to the stirring of passions, the flames of emotions at their brightest and truest, the way of a man with a maid, hoofbeats in the night, and the clash of steel's blade challenges blade. My secret's safe with you, isn't it?
Sure it is.
It's finished.
It is?
My novel, an historical romance. Please read it.
Well, Miss Bricker, I wouldn't...
Please. I want to know what it's like. Is it any good? Do I have any talent?
Well, Miss Bricker, frankly, I'm a writer, so if it was horrible, I think I'd lie to you.
Oh, I knew you understand. I have to give it to someone to read. That's why I wrote it.
Well, okay.
Thank you, thank you. I'm so excited. I'm not even sure it's the right length. Please don't be too hard on me.
The right length?
Yeah, I just kept writing and writing until it was finished.
Seems about the right length.
Now I have something for you. Picked it at the post office just now.
I did it! I sold another novel. May I?
Of course.
Yeah, this must have been crazy not to believe me. This calls for celebration. I've got anything as long as it's brandy.
Oh, I can't stop now, Mr. Cameron. I have to go up to the colony to do some heat tests.
Well, stop by on the way back and we'll have a party.
The three of us?
No, the two of us. We're the only writers around here.
Wouldn't your wife want to celebrate your success?
Yes, when she gets back from Yellowknife.
Oh.
Oh, come on. Read some of your book, have a couple of drinks.
Oh, no, I'm afraid it won't be very much fun, Mr. Cameron. I don't like alcohol very much. Makes me sleepy. 2 drinks and I'm ready for bed.
Well, we'll just have one drink to our spiritual understand.
Oh, all right. I'll call when I'm driving back from the colony.
Are you back now, you hear?
Ta-ta.
2 drinks and you're ready for bed. Shut up!
Frederick stood at the window of his rooms, and Shane watched the night fog swirl around the gas lamps in the mews below. In his ears, the applause from the concert hall for his new piano work still rang. But in his heart, he could feel nothing. He should have been there to share his triumph. She should have been there to hear his music reach and grasp an entranced audience by his immortal soul. But she wasn't. He moved away from the window and sat at the keyboard of his beloved piano. As he caressed the keys, a melody of infinite sadness filled the room. The fog from the river seemed to close in around him, making him a prisoner in his musical loneliness. The mood of the piece changed, and sharp staccato passages revealed the underlying tension of his emotions. He knew, deep down, why his wife Maud had agreed to join the grouse shooting party at a remote Yorkshire lodge. Millionaire Reggie Tiffington Smith would be there. That only left Maggie. Maggie, in all her tempestuous beauty. She had sat there transfixed throughout his entire recital, her eager eyes sparkling, and a strange smile on her full wet lips. Their eyes met for a brief moment during the sonatina, and in that moment, Frederick realized that she was offering herself to him. Frederick slumped at the piano. Small beads of perspiration gathered on his upper lip. Through the foggy silence, he heard the sound of approaching wheels and harness. A carriage was coming down the mews. It stopped beneath his window. With one bound, Frederick was back at the window, looking at the mews. It was Maggie. As the carriage pulled away, she glanced up at his window. Frederick drew back. What was he to do?
Quit playing the piano.
Only the fire of love in Maggie's heart could have given her the audacity to come to his rooms. He sat trembling, awaiting her knock at the door.
Help!
What?
Help!
Oh, no, right. Oh. Hi, Miss Ricker. Come on in.
My car, it broke down. I had to walk. Got lost in the blizzard.
Do you want a drink?
No, thank you.
Ah, come on, it's medicine. You know that. There you go. Try some more. Can you feel anything? Sort of a glow?
Very small.
That's all you need. Now keep blowing on that. It's good stuff for blizzards, you know? You know those dogs in Switzerland that pull people out of avalanches? Well, they wouldn't fetch your zippers from across the yard without a barrel of that stuff around their necks. Those dogs sure don't know where it's at. Hate to see you drink alone, Maggie. Cheers.
Who's Maggie?
Maggie?
My name's Caroline.
That's a pretty name.
It's so cold.
Yeah, you could be in bad shape.
I don't think I have frostbite. Just exhaustion and exposure.
You're a nurse. What would you do for the exhaustion and exposure?
Well, first I would warm you up very slowly.
Then I'll warm you up very slowly.
And then I would give you a lukewarm bath.
Then I'll give you a...
I usually warm up very quickly.
Yeah.
I seem to be having trouble with my fingers.
Here, let me do it. My bad.
Will you be having any more?
Well, I think I like to sober up about now. Well, I've been, celebrating the book.
Have you read it?
Well, I got just to the part where Frederick has achieved success, and his wife isn't there for him. And then you arrive.
Maggie arrives.
Yeah, Maggie arrives.
The next part is beautiful. Well, I think it's beautiful.
Well, what happens next?
Well, Frederick doesn't know what to do at first. His wife is sweet, of course, but she doesn't understand his deeper spiritual needs. And, of course, he thinks she's having an affair with another man. He desperately wants to share the joy of his success with someone. He wants to prove himself as a musician and as a man. But his wife isn't there. Only Maggie. She knows his needs, and she's waiting.
Well, do you think the reader could forgive Frederick for turning to another woman?
Not another woman. Another artist.
That makes a difference.
Of course. The insecurity of success is only something another artist would understand.
With this other artist, how would they feel about this sort of deal?
They would feel privileged. I'm beginning to feel quite a glow now.
Maybe this would be a good time to run you a bath. Well, therapeutically speaking.
Mr. Cameron?
Yes.
Don't forget, not hot, around room temperature.
About room 10. Whenever you're ready.
Mr. Cameron?
Mm-hmm.
My circulation doesn't seem to have come back. Do you think you could undo my coat?
Oh, sure.
And then there's the skirt and the hooks.
Okay. Pound it. There.
And then the hooks. Mr. Cameron? Would it be easier if you stood behind me?
Oh, yeah. There we go. Never was any damn good at this stuff.
Thank you. Mr. Cameron, it's the circulation, you see. It has come back.
Well, tell you what, Miss Bricker, that could be very painful. So, you take this bottle and slug out whenever you feel like it, and you'll be good as new.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful sight. Two riders together at room temperature. With you all the way, Frederick, my boy.
Sacre bleu, it is a delightful Mrs. Cameron out in search of warmth and passion. Ma foi, she's coming to my apartment, the apartment of Frederick Barraquette. What am I to do? I have thought of something. My darling, the fire in your heart has given you the audacity to come to my rooms. Let me take your hat, your coat, and your gun.
Oh, Claude, dearest heart, I should not have come. I am unsafe alone here in your apartment.
So you bring a gun?
No, dear heart, my husband, the well-known penniless writer. He believes I am in Yorkshire shooting grosses.
Grosses?
Right?
It is of no consequence. Tell me, how is your husband, the well-known penniless writer?
He keeps thus spotless. Oh, I should not have come.
Hush, my little pigeon. Try not to fight it.
But it is wrong. I'm a happily married woman. My husband, he cares for the child with tenderness and warmth in his heart. But I ask myself, is that enough?
No, chérie, not for a passionate woman like you.
You think not?
Of course I think not. Don't think not? Suit.
I do have these distressingly base urges.
Do not be afraid of me, Coco. Am I not a fine old gentleman? Will I not care for you?
Hello, you've been so kind. You lavish me with exquisite meals and delicious wines. I ask myself, what have I to offer you?
I am working on it.
Let me decorate your bedroom in fur.
In fur? My Jew! Find that right, Kingy! To the bedroom for the preliminaries.
Charming ring.
Do you like it? Actually, it is a large flashy dress ring.
Trust you to have the best. What is the stone?
A large flashy dress stone. The Zeller's Yukon itself.
Magnificent. Oh, Claude, I'm so sorry.
Oh, do not worry, little pigeon. I always carry a spare.
Love you. You blow me away.
What do we have here? Ole!
Oh, Claude, so masterful, and me just a poor working girl. Before your charm and manliness, I feel like a little goose.
You feel like a little goose?
You like my ideas in the bedroom. You'll give me the business, won't you?
I can almost guarantee it.
delightful Maggie in search for warmth and passion. She's coming to my room. What am I to do? I think I'll play the piano for a while.
Frederick, help! I'm a wicked woman. Come in search of your warmth.
Let me take your hats. And your shell.
I'm your prisoner, Maestro. This is why I cried for help. This evening, you're magnificent. What a triumph it was for you. Even better than your first published work. What a pity your wife is not here to share your success. But I, your helpless prisoner, I am here. Deep understanding you have the human spirit. I can feel those yearning melody lines reach into my very soul. I shivered mentally and physically at the raw hunger of your arpeggios, the poignancy of your cadenzas, the urgency of your counterpoint. I was moved. Deeply. The heat of your artist's hands could melt a poor woman's heart. I'm powerless against your masculine will and fear for what may happen to me. Let's go to the bedroom and take our clothes off, shall we? I've just completed the slum volume of poems. Would you read them?
Well, I wouldn't want to.
They're poems of love.
Okay.
While you're reading them, I shall bathe. It was a cold journey this foggy night, and when I return, refreshed, we can room together.
Together?
Feel how a poor woman's heart beats for you. Can you feel?
Sort of a glow.
When I return, we can go on its more, and soon I shan't be any pain at all.
I'll be waiting, my dearest touch.
Telephone's ringing. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Don't you worry, sweetie pie. I'll answer it myself. Hello? Oh, hi, Mrs. Cameron. It's me. Me. Don't you recognize my voice? Must be the brandy talking. Oh, about 2:30, I suppose. Is that why you called? Oh, I want to waken Mrs. Cameron. He said quite a day. Oh, no, I'll just be getting my clothes together and I'll be... Yeah? My clothes? A house coat? No, just a house coat. Mrs. Cameron? Mrs. Cameron! Mrs. Cameron! Mrs. Cameron? Mr. Cameron! Mr. Cameron! Mr. What?
The door is open.
How can you tell?
Anyone home? Maybe he had a rough night with the baby.
Looks like baby had a rough night too.
What have you got there?
What does it look like?
A body belt for smuggling grapefruit. George,
Yes.
do you feel that to go with all this, there's a body?
Well, sure, but whose?
Maybe Alice got back.
I didn't see her car in the driveway.
Oh my. George, are these yours?
No, I never wear underwear. Are they yours?
No. Well, there were the reasonable explanations. What does that leave us with?
The village maiden.
Who?
Well, Ross said he was going to call up a couple of village maidens, remember? Maybe one of them showed up.
I didn't think he was serious.
Of course he was serious. But there's something not quite right here.
George, what?
Nothing. No signs of life? No baby crying? Doesn't it seem strange?
Well, now that you mention it, go check the broom closet.
What for?
If there's anything other than brooms in there, I'm gone and way out of here.
Well, they don't put bodies in the broom closet anymore.
George.
It'll be in the bathroom stashed in the shower curtain.
George!
I'll be right back. We can go check.
Don't leave me here!
Do you want to come with
I'm
me?
not going in there!
Keep your voice down. He may still be here.
Who?
The killer.
The killer! The killer! What's his name? The killer!
You're getting hysterical.
I'm getting hysterical! What was that?
Him. The way I see it, one of the village maidens did show up, but her boyfriend found out. Or maybe her husband. And he showed up and he got jealous. And he lashed out with whatever came to hand.
George, that is ridiculous!
Why?
Whatever came to hand. Suppose whatever came to hand was a can of deodorant. Can you imagine a killer squirting his victim with 24-hour protection?
We know you're back there. Come out with your hands up.
Hi, Betty. Hi, George.
Okay. Was that the killer or the deceased?
Okay, so he's alive. That doesn't mean there's not still a body in the shower curtain.
Oh no.
What?
Maybe it's worse than that.
How?
Maybe Ross spent last night trying them on.
No, when we left he said he was going to have an orgy, remember?
No, he didn't. He said he was going to bake a cake.
My God.
How were we this morning, Ross?
Terrible.
Terrible.
Ross, what happened here?
Nothing.
It doesn't look like nothing.
Well, I read a book,
What else?
drank some brandy,
Then what?
drank some more brandy.
And then?
I ran out of brandy.
I don't think you're telling us everything, Ross.
Just read a book and drank brandy until I was smashed. For me, it's a big night.
Was it fun?
Well, sure it was fun. I always have fun in my own peculiar way.
His own peculiar way?
Thought you guys were supposed to be in Saskatoon.
I'm afraid he slipped up there, Ross. Now, what were you doing last night between the hours of 6 p.m. and midnight?
Reading and drinking.
You sure nothing else?
Yeah? Well,
Maybe this will refresh your memory.
no it doesn't, but thanks for the thought, George.
Ross, have you been to the bathroom this morning?
What type of question is that?
You're right. I'll be right back. I'm going to the bathroom.
Wait, George, do you want me to come with you? Are
No,
you sure?
I must do this alone.
Good job, George. So he's out of pull-ups?
I found these in the bathroom.
Oh my.
I thought you just took them off.
Well, there's nothing in the shower curtain. Who do these belong to?
Maggie?
Who's Maggie?
The girl in the book I was reading.
The girl in the book you were reading left her pantyhose in the bathroom?
Well, she can manage the pantyhose herself. I just undid her skirt and bra.
Why were you undoing her skirt and bra?
She had no blood in her fingers.
Did you undo her skirt and bra in the bathroom or in the book?
I did that in here.
In here.
Yeah, and Maud was in the bedroom.
Who's Maud?
Mrs. Cameron.
Mrs. Cameron is in Yellowknife.
Alex is in Yellowknife.
Alex is your wife. She is Mrs. Cameron.
Alex, but I thought she was in the bedroom getting the bizzle from Frederick.
She was what?
Okay, no. You said it first.
That's crazy. Last time I did that, I played Gray's piano concerto on the typewriter.
You played Greg's piano concerto on the typewriter?
Yeah, and Maggie was in the bathroom.
Okay, now we're back to where we started. Who's Maggie?
I don't know.
Alex, what are you doing here? I thought you were in the bedroom getting the business from... What am I saying?
Ross, who's the one that answered the phone last night?
I thought I just read and drank brandy.
I rang here at 2:30 and a woman with no clothes on answered the phone.
You could tell she had no clothes on.
No, she told me.
Would that be Maud?
No, that was after.
After what?
After you played Greg's piano concerto on the typewriter.
He said something then because I saw his mouth move.
Maybe it'll get into the papers and we can read about it.
I'll try once more. Ross, who was the naked woman that answered the phone at 2:30?
I don't know.
She said as soon as she got her clothes sorted out, she was getting home.
Well, that lets Ross off the hook.
It does?
Yeah, we thought you'd been trying them on.
What?
Yeah, you said you were gonna have an orgy, remember?
Wait, he what?
What? Just wait a minute before this whole thing gets out of control.
I mean, it hasn't yet.
Well, you two were leaving for Saskatoon, and Miss Bricker phoned and she just finished her novel. And that's right, she said,
Let's go into the bedroom and take our clothes off, shall we?
You mean she did?
Somebody did.
Is this Miss Bricker's novel?
Yeah, not bad. A historical romance.
There's a letter in here for you.
Don't lose my place, and this letter says it's sold another novel. What do you think about that?
Who was the woman that answered the phone last night?
I meant like, congratulations, Ross.
Congratulations. Who was the one that answered the phone?
If it was Meg, she was here because she needed me. And she loved me, and she thinks I'm worth something, wants to be with me, not some millionaire son who's Grace.
Grace?
Yeah, Grace.
Was she here too?
How would I know? Feels like the whole house was full of women last night.
Tell me some more about this Maggie.
Well, she went to the washroom and left me this book of poems to read.
George, what are you reading?
With a swift movement, Maggie clasped his hand to the firm roundness of her bodice. Feel how a poor woman's heart beats for you, Frederick, she sighed.
Oh dear.
How do you know this?
Well, I read it. It's in the book.
Well, how could it be in the book? You even found her pantyhose in the washroom.
I think your problem, Ross, is that you drank so much brandy last night, you don't know where this book ends and reality begins.
Come on, George.
No, it's all here. All right, look. There's Maud, the wife who's always away on business, and there's Maggie, his friend. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is Frederick, the struggling pianist.
How could it... You mean I drank 2 bottles of brandy by myself last night?
That's right.
Holy cow.
I have a question.
Sure.
Who the hell answered the phone?
He did.
George, I know you're trying to help out here, but that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Now the only thing we have to figure out is, where did he get the clothes?
Could you be a tad bit quiet in here this morning? I'm afraid I'm not feeling so well.
Come on, Ross, you can tell me.
I'm telling you, nothing happened.
Yeah, sure, woman in her pajamas with a hangover, clothes everywhere and nothing happened.
Do you think I can make love to a beautiful girl and not remember?
I sure hope not. She's a good-looking girl, Ross.
And if I did make love to her, I shall need it to look back on in my old age.
But wouldn't that be terrible if you did and didn't remember? Turn your entire love life into a Chinese meal. I mean, great at the time, but an hour later, nothing.
Let's say I didn't make love to her, right?
Right.
So, why was I taking her clothes off?
You were taking your clothes off.
Well, yeah, I was undoing her skirt and bra. Her skirt.
Her skirt?
And her bra.
And her bra.
Yeah, but I remember something about her being cold.
Well, sure she was. You had her clothes.
No, something about me being cold, but she warms up quickly. How do I know this?
Well, generally by the time you have their skirts and bras off, you can tell.
What are they doing in there?
Filling her up with coffee.
Huh. My mother-in-law and my wife having coffee with my mistress?
We're not sure she's your mistress.
We are not sure. They are.
Maybe she'll remember.
That's all I need.
Why don't you just ask her?
What do you mean, ask her?
Ross? You walk in there and you say, "Excuse me, Miss Bricker, did I... Miss Bricker, did we..." Okay, I see your point.
That girl is a kook.
What'd she say?
She says she doesn't remember a thing.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That has got to be the most beautiful love story of all time. I want to thank you for the most forgettable night of my life.
I'm in my house all night, drunk. I just can't win. If I did make love to her, Alex is going to kill me. And if I didn't, what are the neighbors going to think?
Should go a long way to explaining your apron and feather duster.
George, please.
There we are, the happy couple.
Alex, I'm sorry to inform you about me and Caroline, but she had tremendous love here. It was an experience that I will always cherish. The neighbors will have to be notified.
Oh, I'm so relieved.
You are?
Yeah, I can't remember. And I thought it was perhaps because I wasn't sexually desirable.
You not sexually desirable. Well, you've got to be very sexually desirable.
Thank you, Mr. Cameron.
Mr. Cameron, last time when you were biting my ear, all you could say was Ross, Ross, Ross.
I bit your ear?
Didn't miss a trick, baby.
Oh. I wish I could remember.
Oh, don't worry, it'll all come back soon.
Of course, seems quite logical. You are an attractive man, and as writers, we do have a tremendous amount of...
Spiritual understanding.
Yes, quite. We would be drawn together in spite of ourselves. Oh dear, what a waste. All those stars bursting at the depths of my womanhood, only you knowing that there were.
Yes, well, maybe we'll get another swing at it.
Oh no, Mr. Cameron, that wouldn't be the same. It was obviously a question of two people in the right place at the right time, and it just happened. It can be contrived, of course, but I did so want my first love affair to be spontaneous.
Your first love affair?
And I will hope you will keep that little secret between us. To be a 24-year-old known virgin in this present-day society would just... no.
A known virgin?
You understand, don't you, darling?
Well, yes, he would. Alex, can I help it? She's an attractive woman and I'm a beautiful man. Can I help it that I have red blood in my veins?
Actually, it's blue blood in the veins. The red blood's in the arteries.
Well, my red blood tells me, young lady, I should take you outside and curb stomp your ass.
Really, environmental conditioning. You've been taught that you feel rage, and so you do. Violence is purely a reaction to a problem that you aren't equal to intellectually. It's also a form of therapy. Well, we can try it first. Although I am a judo blue belt, once short of the first dan black, of course. And although I won't hurt you, I'm afraid it might increase your problem.
Yeah, you know what? I'll buy a gun.
Incidentally, I hope you won't mention to anybody about this either. To be a 24-year-old virgin and a judo blue belt would place me amongst the totally underprivileged.
Totally. So you mean my husband wrestled you into submission?
Guess I must have. I had no idea you were a blue belt.
Oh, that comes as quite a relief. Perhaps you're very slow and gentle, and I was able to control myself.
Control yourself?
Any sudden or violent movement at close quarters, and I would have reacted immediately. And smashed him through a wall. Probably.
That doesn't know I've got a wife that's always away on business, and a mistress who will break my arms and legs if you feel like it. What happened to the good old girls who used to giggle and blush when they were shy? Well, now that we figured out who the weaker sex is, let's play it for keeps. I'll stay on with my dusting and polishing, and you two can, anytime you feel like it, come over and try to convince me into a tumble.
You need any help, Ross?
Under those circumstances, I can handle one bridge club at a time.
Oh, I don't know. Let's go to the bedroom and take our clothes off, shall we?
All right.
I was joking.
Well, you're always joking. Now get into the bedroom and take your clothes off.
That's the way, George. What's
All
the
right, then.
What's the middle in the cat house? Cat house.
The doghouse?
George is out of the doghouse.
George, you'll be an asset to my business. You may need a little polishing.
Polishing? He'll need respraying.
I was once mistaken for Rudolph Valentino.
Sweetie, he's been dead for a long time, too.
George, you can, do the house and the garden, and I can do the cooking and cleaning.
And the baby.
And it'll be a you can go heal the sick, and you can open up the north, and we leave a candlelight in the window.
Alex goes to Yellowknife, Betty goes to Saskatoon. I stay home and comb my chest.
Yep, with the aftershave and with the smelly armpit.
Ross, don't you think this has gone far enough?
It's just the beginning.
I want an explanation of last night.
I had an orgy.
I don't believe you.
Too bad.
But don't you see what you're saying? If you did, then what happens to our marriage?
Nothing has to happen to our marriage. We're stuck with each other till death do us part. I'm fine with that.
So what do we do with that little hooker?
If she wants to drag me into bed, that means I'm still a good investment.
And suppose men want to drag me into bed. Does that show I'm a good investment?
Well, yeah.
And suppose they succeed. Then what?
Well, it depends on the man.
Suppose he's tall, handsome, talented, rich. That's all right with you?
Say that.
Let me show you something. How about him?
I thought you said he was a fine old gentleman.
Well, he's not. He's a 38-year-old millionaire, and he's interested in more than just my work.
Well, if you and this Claude had...
You're not checking up on me, Ross, are you? Because if you're checking up on me, that means I get to check up on you. Like what you were doing last night?
I'm not checking up on you.
And if Claude had come to my motel room last night to make love to me, you wouldn't want to know, would you?
No.
can answer that. Yes, you.
Hey, hello. 1 minute, I'll check. It's Claude.
Tell him I'm out.
She's, adjusting her device right now. Can I take a message? You did? You did? Oh, okay. All right, I'll tell her. Okay, bye. He wanted to apologize for last night.
And they all lived uneasily ever after. Okay, everyone outside for volleyball. Miss Fricker, it's time you collect your clothes and you are off home.
I can't go now.
Oh, yes you can. This is family business now. Nothing to do with you at all. All right, George, where shall we go?
Well, I thought you wanted to go to Saskatoon.
Forget what I want to do. Where do you want to go?
Let's go see Ken.
Ken Dawson, where's he at?
He's got a place about 80 kilometers south of here.
All right, go pack your bags. We can drive down, see Ken. Tell him he can be best man then. We're getting married.
Oh, you're crazy.
What's crazy? He'll love the idea.
Yeah, well, I wasn't thinking of him. I was thinking of me.
You don't want to get married anymore.
Well, sure, but I thought it would be nice if I asked you.
Oh, right. Well, we can drive down and see Ken. You can surprise me in the car.
Yep. And then we'll get there, and you'll make all the arrangements. And you've already seemed to have decided that you're going to ask him to be best man.
Well, come on, George. I swear I won't.
Yeah, but you will. I know you will. You don't think I'd marry into a situation I don't understand, do you?
You mean my mystery has faded at last?
Mystery I can do without. What I need right now is a friend.
Okay, friend. We can drive down and see Ken, and we can tell him we're getting married, I guess.
All right.
Go put your bags in the car, George.
Yes.
Car's that way.
This time I get to pack your bags and forget your socks.
Oh, come on, Alex. Don't think of it as losing your mother. Think of it as gaining a grandfather for your child. Just have a point.
Betty, what do I say to Alex?
Tell your wife you love her.
Betty!
I mean it. Tell your wife you love her. Keep telling her that until she believes it. It probably won't take as long as you think. Now, smile, will you? Keep it light. And if you do anything to that daughter of mine, I will report you for harboring a virgin.
I put Lucy's bottle on.
Yeah, it's about that time. Alex, I need to talk to you.
There you are, Miss Fricker.
Could I call a cab? I don't seem to have my car.
Ross will drive you home.
Like this?
We'll get dressed. He's mine.
Yes, I know. Nothing happened, Mrs. Cameron.
I thought you said you couldn't remember.
I don't have to remember. I'm a nurse, aren't I?
So why is he telling you this crazy story?
I think it's what he wants you to believe, Mrs. Cameron. I think he wants you to be jealous.
Damn it, I am jealous.
Oh, good. That'll help. But I can't give up my career now. We need the money. I don't think he wants you to quit. I think he's very proud of you. But I do think that perhaps when you are home...
Get the point.
And I'm going to come back here anyways. I think you're so sweetie.
Okay, I get the point even better. Thanks, Caroline.
No problem. Alex.
So, when will we be seeing you again?
Well, I should really be back next Wednesday, but
That's fine. We'll see you next Wednesday. And, thanks again.
no problem.
Miss Bricker, about last night, well, did we...
I appreciate all you said, Mr. Cameron, but I don't remember a thing. I remember you dried my clothes, put me to bed, baby started crying, you went to feed her, and I don't think you came back.
You mean I fell asleep?
I think you bust out.
I don't see what's so damn funny.
Oh, you will.
Alex?
Yes, sweetie?
Will you still be home when I come home?
With bells on.
I think there's some things we need to talk about.
Yeah, we may not get time for talk.
How long will you be home this time?
At least a week.
No, a week.
You don't sound very pleased.
I just gotta find the milkman, tell him to leave a couple extra quarts.
Get some wine.
What?
You know how I get on wine.
Oh, Alex.
Shut up!
No?
So that was our show. And yeah. We have Colin Strank as the narrator. As Carolyn Bricker.
And we have Ethan and Amanda as George and Betty.
And we have Lucas and Gabby as Ross and Alex. And then of course we have Brittany McMillan and Jason Chartrand.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
This is all done, and we're finished with this show, and it is many of ours, our last show, last time we're going to be doing this type of thing on stage. And I just want to say, the first show I saw, I could barely get sleep at that night because I was so jittery and so happy for these guys, and I've laughed and tried to hold my laughter in backstage every time I've been there and up there, and it's been hard every time, and you guys don't understand how proud we are of you.
Thanks.
As it is probably my last show as well, I'm so happy that I got to spend it with this amazing group of people. So yeah, thank you guys. I'd like to speak on behalf of all of us in the cast. Annie and Chris have been absolutely amazing. We all came in a little bit nervous, and they've just adopted us and guided us, and they've been awesome. They're basically our new parents.
Back off, real parents.
So thank you for coming to our
And
show.
wait, there's more. Guys over here.
Oh, dear.
The guys.
Drums not allowed.
What did they do?
What?
You want to share the joke? No.
My dream has come true.
And there's normally we don't give to the boys, but you know, a few Kinder surprises.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's
Yeah,
dream
girls
comes
thing.
true.
Yeah. So thank you all so much for coming to our last show. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you all had fun. And yeah, so tomorrow there's another show. It's the closing show, and it's also fantastic. It's the same play, just done completely different. Like, I've gone to every single one of those, and I can't even recognize it, and I directed the thing, so you should go see it.
to see a completely different version of this because it's also amazing.
It's equally funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, good looking. Very good looking. You hurt my feelings.
Yeah, we took your kids for a long time, and we're keeping them even longer for an extension of time, which equals like 20 minutes.
Maybe less.
Maybe less? Okay, maybe less. Yeah.